Bali is the island of gods and nature, where rich Hindu culture blends seamlessly with stunning tropical landscapes. It is not just a travel destination, but a journey into identity and the spiritual depth of the East. From peaceful Ubud, with its ancient palace and sacred monkey forest, to Tirta Empul, where locals bathe in holy water to purify the soul, Bali guides visitors into a spiritual world that is both mystical and intimate. From Uluwatu, perched on dramatic cliffs above the ocean, to lively Seminyak Beach or Jimbaran, glowing in the sunset, every moment in Bali resonates like a love song of sea and sky. To visit Bali is to find balance between soul, nature, and the art of living, a place where all limits dissolve. Lake Batur is the largest volcanic lake in Bali, resting peacefully at the foot of the majestic Mount Batur. Spanning wide like a giant green mirror, the lake is not only a breathtaking natural wonder, but also holds deep importance in the daily life and spirituality of the local people. For the Balinese, Lake Batur is a vital source of life. Fishing villages along its shores, fertile farmland, and rituals connected to water all embody the harmony between people and nature. The lake is also home to sacred temples dedicated to Dewi Danu, the goddess of water. Visiting Lake Batur, travelers not only admire the grandeur of a volcanic lake, but also experience the slow, humble rhythm of local life. Surrounded by clear waters and towering mountains, the lake offers both poetic beauty and a profound spiritual essence of Bali. Ulun Danu Pratansh Temple is one of Bali's most famous temples and iconic landmarks, located by Lake Batur in the Taman region. Built in the 17th century to honor the goddess Dewi Danu, the deity of water and agriculture, the temple has long been tied to the lives of the Balinese, especially in prayers for good weather and abundant harvests. The temple grounds include several courtyards, multi-tiered shrines, and carvings in the distinct Hindu Balinese style. The blend of architecture and natural scenery creates a setting both sacred and poetic. Surrounding Uluwatu Bratan are lush green mountains and a cool climate, so different from the tropical atmosphere usually associated with Bali. This serenity has made the temple one of the island's most spiritual and picturesque destinations. Tirta Empul Temple is one of the most sacred Hindu temples in Gianyar, Bali, famous for the holy spring that flows through the traditional bathing area. Built in the 10th century, the temple is closely tied to the belief in cleansing the body, mind, and spirit, attracting both locals and international visitors. The temple complex is divided into several courtyards, with the highlight being a crystal-clear pool, where 12 spouts continuously flow from an underground spring. Pilgrims believe that bathing under these spouts washes away sins and brings peace. Beyond the holy bathing pools, Tirta Empul also features traditional Balinese architecture, split gates, intricately carved shrines, and small offering temples. The solemn yet serene atmosphere makes it a place of deep spiritual connection. Surrounding the temple are lush jungles and fresh air, enhancing the sense of purification and peace. The combination of nature, architecture, and faith has made Tirta Empul Temple an unmissable destination in Bali. Mount Batur is one of the most famous volcanoes in Bali, located in Bangli, with an elevation of 1,717 meters. Though not the tallest mountain on the island, Batur holds special significance both in nature and spirituality, making it a favorite destination for explorers. The mountain is marked by its vast crater and the emerald waters of Lake Batur just below, creating a striking contrast between the dark volcanic rock and the calm lake surface. It is also an important geological site, still active and having witnessed several eruptions throughout history. One of the most popular experiences at Mount Batur is the sunrise trek. The journey begins in the early hours, and as the first rays of sunlight rise above the summit, the valley and lake are bathed in golden light, creating an unforgettable and magical moment. Beyond its natural scenery, the area around Batur is home to the ancient village of Trunyan and natural hot springs, tied to the Bali Aga culture and local traditions. This blend of majestic nature and cultural heritage makes Mount Batur an unmissable destination in Bali. Sideman Valley in Karangasem is one of the most beautiful and peaceful valleys in Bali, highlighted by lush green rice terraces stretching beneath the foot of Mount Agung. The place offers a tranquil atmosphere, in stark contrast to the bustling tourist areas in the south of the island. The valley's landscape is a harmony of rice fields, traditional villages, and small rivers meandering through the plains. Trails lead through coconut groves, cocoa plantations, and bamboo forests, creating a perfect space for walking and exploration. Sidemen is also renowned for its traditional ikat weaving. Locals preserve this artisanal technique through generations, producing exquisite, colorful fabrics that reflect the cultural identity of Karangasem. More than just a destination for those seeking peace, Sidemen Valley offers an authentic perspective on Bali's simple life. It is an ideal place to immerse in nature, culture, and the island's slow rhythm of life. Padangbai is a small coastal town in Karangasem, known as the Gateway, connecting Bali with Lombok and the Gili Islands. However, it is more than just a harbor. This place holds the pristine beauty of sea and sky, along with a slow-paced lifestyle, very different from the hustle of other tourist destinations. The beach in Padangbai is small, with crystal-clear turquoise water and soft white sand embracing the shoreline. Colorful coral reefs and schools of tropical fish make it a favorite spot for diving enthusiasts. In the early morning or late afternoon, the busy harbor, with boats setting out to sea, reveals a simple yet captivating charm. At night, when the lights of fishing boats flicker offshore and gentle waves lap against the quiet, sandy beach, Padangbai appears like a peaceful painting. It is a moment that makes one want to linger longer, just to listen to the whispers of the sea in the night. Pura Taman Saraswati is one of the most famous temples in Ubud, Palace, built to honor the goddess Saraswati, the symbol of knowledge and the arts. The temple carries both spiritual value and architectural significance, reflecting the cultural essence of Bali. Passing through the temple gate, visitors are greeted by a vast lotus pond in full bloom, with pink blossoms swaying gently in the sunlight, mirroring the curved tiled roofs and intricately carved reliefs. The scene brings a sense of elegance and poetry. Beyond its religious space, the temple also hosts traditional Balinese dance performances. As night falls, shimmering lights blend with gamelan music and graceful movements, creating an unforgettable, mystical atmosphere. At Taman Saraswati, visitors not only admire a sacred site, but also immerse themselves in the pure beauty of lotus, art, and faith. an experience both solemn and romantic in the heart of Ubud. Garuda Wisnu Kencana Cultural Park, located on the Unggasan Plateau in Badung, is one of Bali's most magnificent cultural parks. Spanning over 150 acres, it is considered the new symbol of the island, with the colossal statue of Lord Vishnu riding the mythical Garuda, soaring more than 400 feet into the sky. The park opens with vast plazas, majestic limestone cliffs, and lush green gardens. At sunset, the Garuda Wisnu Kencana statue glows in golden light, creating a scene that is both sacred and awe-inspiring. Beyond its grand architecture, the park is also a center for art performances and festivals. Visitors can enjoy traditional Balinese dances, the resonant sounds of gamelan, or cultural exhibitions, all vividly reflecting Indonesia's heritage. Garuda Wisnu Kencana Cultural Park is not just a sightseeing spot, but a place that preserves the spirit of Bali in a modern form. Amid the monument's grandeur and the lively rhythm of cultural activities, visitors can feel the unique harmony between past, present, and the island's aspirations for the future. Nusa Penida, part of Kelungkung, is the largest island among the 3 islands off the southeast coast of Bali, famous for its pristine landscapes and dramatic towering cliffs. Unlike the bustle of mainland Bali, this place offers an atmosphere of seclusion and adventure. The most iconic destination of Nusa Penida is Kelungkung Beach, with its dinosaur-shaped cliff overlooking the turquoise sea, one of the most photographed beaches in Indonesia. In addition, there are Broken Beach, Angel's Billabong, and Crystal Bay, each showcasing unique beauty. Nusa Penida is also a paradise for diving enthusiasts. The surrounding waters boast a rich ecosystem with untouched coral reefs, giant manta rays, and occasionally the mola mola sunfish appearing during certain seasons. Beyond its natural wonders, the island is home to sacred seaside temples and peaceful fishing villages. The blend of majestic scenery, adventurous experiences, and local culture makes Nusa Penida an unmissable destination in Bali. Hidden within the lively center of Ubud, the Ubud monkey forest appears like a mysterious green oasis. More than just a nature reserve, it carries deep spiritual meaning, becoming a destination that fills visitors with both excitement and reverence. Stepping into the forest, visitors are immersed in the cool atmosphere of ancient trees, with vines hanging down like magical green curtains. Sunlight filters through the leaves, blending with the playful sounds of monkeys and the whisper of the wind, creating a lively yet dreamy setting. The monkey forest also preserves 3 sacred ancient temples, where the Balinese have worshipped and placed their faith for generations. Alongside the free-living long-tailed macaques, the forest stands as a symbol of the harmony between people, nature, and local culture. The special highlight of the monkey forest lies in the fusion of wilderness and mystery. Amidst the dense canopy and the mischievous gazes of the monkeys, visitors feel both the vibrancy of life and the unforgettable sacred depth of their Bali journey. Mount Agung is the highest mountain in Bali, located in Karangasem, with an elevation of 3,031 meters. Its towering peak is often hidden in white clouds, creating a majestic landscape and forming a striking highlight on the island's horizon. This mountain is an active volcano, with several eruptions recorded in history. The major eruption, in 1963, drastically transformed the landscape and left behind layers of dark lava, adding a mysterious charm to the mountain. Reaching the summit reveals a spectacular panorama of floating seas of clouds, Bali's winding coastline, and even the distant site of Mount Rinjani in Lombok. Mount Agung not only stands as a majestic volcano, but also as a symbol of Bali's natural grandeur. Taman Ujung Water Palace is an ancient water palace located in Karangasem, distinguished by its system of ponds, stone bridges, and vast surrounding gardens. Built in the early 20th century by the king of Karangasem, it combines traditional Balinese architecture with Western influences, creating an elegant and unique beauty. The still ponds reflect the red-tiled roofs, connected to each other by graceful bridges. From the buildings, visitors can gaze at the blue sea on one side and the majestic Mount Agung on the other, a scene that evokes a perfect harmony between nature and architecture. Strolling through the gardens, crossing stone bridges, or watching the sunset cast the palace's silhouette on the water, visitors will find Taman Ujung full of romantic and poetic charm, like a living fairy tale of Bali. Hidden within the lush green valley of Buleleng, Sekumpul waterfall is often praised as the most beautiful waterfall in Bali. To reach it, visitors must walk along narrow paths, cross fields, and rocky slopes, a challenging journey that rewards with a true natural wonder. Sekumpul is not just one, but a cluster of several waterfalls cascading down high cliffs, tumbling in white sprays like silver ribbons against the green backdrop of the forest. The roaring sound of water blends with the songs of birds, creating a natural symphony that is both powerful and poetic. The area around the falls still preserves its wild beauty. Locals live scattered in small villages, farming on rice terraces and nurturing a way of life deeply connected to the forest and the fresh mountain streams. Sekumpul leaves visitors with the sensation of standing before the raw power of nature. It is more than just a scenic sight. It is an encounter with purity itself, where humans feel both small and at one with the vast spirit of Bali. Binjai Beach, located in southern Badung, is one of Bali's most free-spirited and slightly wild beaches. Unlike the bustle of Kuta or the luxury of Nusa Dua, Binjai attracts those who love peace, simplicity, and a closer connection to the sea. The path down to Binjai is a rugged stone stairway hugging the cliffs, opening to a hidden beach with coarse golden sand and clear blue waters. The waves here are powerful, making it a paradise for surfers, while low tide reveals shimmering tide pools on the coral rocks. The surroundings are dotted with rustic cafes, charming homestays, and the simple lifestyle of the local community. Visitors often come to Menjangan not only to swim and surf, but also to embrace a slower rhythm of life, where every sunset feels like a festival of light. Menjangan Beach leaves its mark with a sense of freedom and authenticity. Here, the sea is not only beautiful, but also carries a touch of wilderness, at times fierce, at times gentle, like a free note within Bali's colorful symphony. West Bali National Park is the largest nature reserve on the island of Bali, spanning more than 190 kilometers with a rare and diverse ecosystem. It is where mountains, swamps, savannas, and the sea blend together, creating a rich picture of landscapes and life. Stepping into the park, visitors encounter dense tropical forests, vast grasslands, and untouched coastlines. The fresh air, sunlight filtering through the leaves, the chirping of birds mixed with the sound of distant waves all make this place a paradise for nature lovers. West Bali National Park is especially famous as the home of the rare Bali starling, a symbol of conservation on the island. In addition, the park shelters deer, monkeys, wild cattle, and a wide variety of marine life around Menjangan Island. Besaki Temple is honored as the Mother Temple of Bali, the largest and most sacred Hindu temple complex on the island. Located on the southwestern slopes of Mount Agung, Bali's highest and holiest mountain, Besaki has long been the spiritual center where people place their faith and pray for prosperity. The entire complex consists of more than 80 temples, layered along the mountainside, blending ancient architecture with majestic scenery. In the morning, white clouds drift past intricately carved gates, creating a mystical view that feels like stepping into a legend. During festivals, thousands of devotees from across Bali gather at Besaki in traditional attire, carrying colorful offerings. The sound of gamelan echoes through the air, incense smoke lingers, and the temple comes alive with sacred rhythms that have endured for centuries. Visiting Besaki, travelers not only admire the solemn architecture, but also feel the powerful spiritual presence that envelops the mountains and forests. Amid clouds and chants, The temple evokes both grandeur and mystery, a glimpse into the profound and sacred soul of Bali. Canggu, located on the southern coast of Badong, carries a rhythm that is both free-spirited and creative. Here, narrow roads wind through rice fields before suddenly opening to vast seascapes with rolling, white-crested waves. In the morning, golden sunlight pours onto the shimmering black sand, while surfers wait for powerful waves under the ocean breeze. By afternoon, the sky shifts into shades of orange and pink, and the sea glows like a giant oil painting. Canggu also stands out for its artistic and creative lifestyle. Bustling roadside cafes, colorful graffiti walls, and small markets filled with handicrafts together create a community that feels both local and international. In Canggu, visitors easily encounter the harmony between nature and inspiration. It could be a quiet coffee after morning yoga, or a lively evening immersed in oceanfront music, experiences that leave behind the flavor of freedom and vibrant life. Lempuyang Temple, known as the Gate of Heaven of Bali, is one of the island's oldest and most sacred Hindu temples. Located on the slope of Mount Lempuyang, at an elevation of nearly 1,200 meters, the temple is both a spiritual sanctuary and a place that opens to the majestic view of Mount Agung and the vast sky. From the mountain's base, the journey to the temple consists of long stairways winding through shaded forests. Upon reaching the main gate, visitors encounter the towering split gate that divides the sky in two, revealing the distant sight of mighty Mount Agung, a scene likened to a mythical painting. Standing in the midst of the Gate of Heaven, gazing at drifting clouds and the rising peak of Agung, visitors can easily feel the beauty that is both pure and sacred. Lempuyang is not only a famous check-in spot, but also a place that awakens the sense of harmony between spirituality and nature in the journey of exploring Bali. Ubud, the artistic heart of Gianyar Regency, Bali, is known as the cultural soul of the Island of the Gods. Nestled among endless green rice fields and lush jungle valleys, Ubud is not only a travel destination, but also a gathering place of Bali's traditional heritage and contemporary creativity. Nature in Ubud unfolds like a vivid watercolor painting. Terraced rice paddies winding across the land, the Ujung River meandering through cliffs, and delicate morning mist covering the hills each dawn. The climate here is fresh, filled with sunlight, yet softened by sudden showers, creating the unique rhythm of the tropics. Not only beautiful in scenery, Ubud is also a keeper of Bali's history and spirit. Ancient temples, the enchanting legong dance, and traditional handicraft villages make visitors feel as if they are stepping into the timeless cultural flow. The people here are gentle, treating art as a breath of life, turning every mask, painting, or dance into the voice of the soul. The special highlight of Ubud is its sense of tranquility, yet depth, both romantic and mysterious. Unlike bustling Kuta or showy Seminyak, Ubud carries an inner beauty, leaving every traveler with a piece of serenity, as if they had just completed a journey of rediscovering themselves. The echo of a waterfall from afar guides travelers to Tegenungan waterfall, the green jewel of Gianyar, just a few miles from Ubud. This place is not merely a tourist spot, but a vivid and free-spirited painting of nature. Water cascades from the high cliffs in a white rush, spraying mist like smoke, filling the air with freshness and vitality. Surrounding it are lush green forests, with birdsong blending into the roar of the water, creating a scene both majestic and poetic. For locals, Tegenungan remains a lifeblood of daily life, as the river below nourishes the rice fields and peaceful villages along its banks. Visitors come not only to admire the scenery, but also to feel the deep connection between people and nature. Tegenungan leaves its mark not through luxury, but through its powerful and genuine flow. Standing before the falls, one hears the thunderous roar, while feeling inner calm, a symphony of contrasts, yet harmonious, unique to Bali. Ubud Temple, perched on the towering cliffs of southern Badung, is one of the most sacred and majestic sea temples in Bali. Built in the 11th century, the temple is not only a place of worship for the sea gods, but also a symbol of the powerful union between spirituality and nature. From the temple gates, visitors can gaze across the vast ocean. The deep blue sea stretches endlessly, while waves crash into white foam against cliffs that rise more than 200 feet high. At sunset, the entire scene glows in hues of gold and purple, both romantic and grand. Uluwatu is also famous for its legendary Kecak dance, performed at dusk. In the flickering firelight, dozens of dancers chant in unison, reenacting the epic Ramayana, creating an atmosphere that is sacred and mesmerizing. The temple leaves a lasting impression through the powerful harmony of nature and faith. Standing on the windswept cliffs, listening to the roar of the waves, visitors can feel the eternity of the ocean and the immortal spirit of Bali, solemn, mysterious, and utterly enchanting. Jimbaran, nestled between Ngurah Rai Airport and the Bukit Peninsula, is famous as Bali's fishing village by the beach. Unlike the bustle of Kuta or the luxury of Nusa Dua, Jimbaran retains a rustic, simple charm that is both authentic and captivating. Jimbaran Beach stretches wide with golden sand, gentle waves, and a tranquil setting. In the late afternoon, as the fiery sun slowly sinks, its golden light spreads across the ocean, creating a scene that is both romantic and peaceful. The perfect time to stroll barefoot along the soft sand. What makes Jimbaran special is its seaside seafood culture. Rows of restaurants line the beach, with tables set just steps from the waves where visitors enjoy freshly grilled prawns, fish, and squid, while listening to the sound of the ocean breeze and crashing waves. Jimbaran offers a different kind of experience. Not too noisy, not too polished, but a blend of natural beauty and the warmth of fishing village life. An evening of seafood under a starlit sky here becomes an unforgettable Bali memory. Jutting out among the crashing waves of Tabanan's coast, Tegallalang Temple rises majestically like a sacred fortress in the ocean. When the tide is high, the temple seems completely separated from the mainland, surrounded only by the roar of waves. As the water recedes, a rocky path emerges, leading visitors closer to the moss-covered roofs and ancient stone walls weathered by time. Beyond its sacredness, Tanah Lot holds deep cultural value. Balinese locals often come here to pray, while travelers find a harmony of faith and natural beauty. Sunset at Tanah Lot is the most magical moment, the crimson sun slowly sinking into the sea, the temple's silhouette etched against a purple sky. It is a time when nature, history, and spirituality converge, leaving behind a sense of reverence and enchantment. The Subak irrigation system is Bali's unique traditional irrigation network, recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site. Originating in the 9th century, it is not only an effective method of water management, but also a symbol of the philosophy Trihita Karana, the harmony between people, nature, and the divine. Subak operates through canals, small dams, and reservoirs, distributing water from springs and volcanoes to terraced rice fields. Fair distribution is decided by farming communities, fostering solidarity and sustainability in agriculture. The Subak system not only ensures food security, but also reflects the cultural and spiritual bond of the Balinese people. It stands as proof of how the community preserves nature and makes it an inseparable part of daily life. Git Waterfall in Buleleng is one of the most famous waterfalls in northern Bali, attracting many visitors with its pristine beauty and refreshing atmosphere. A short forest trail leads the way, with the sound of rushing water greeting travelers from afar. From a height of over 100 feet, the waterfall plunges straight into a clear blue pool, spraying white mist. Cool droplets spread through the air, while sunlight filtering through the leaves creates shimmering rays, and sometimes even a small rainbow in the mist. The surroundings of Git remain unspoiled. Tropical forests, terraced fields along the hills, and the peaceful life of local villages. The waterfall is therefore not just a tourist attraction, but also a part of the community's way of life. Sitting by the pool at the foot of the falls, listening to the water blending with the calls of forest birds. Visitors easily find serenity and a deep connection with nature. Git offers a simple yet profound experience that lingers in the memory of a Bali journey. Tucked away in the Tabanan highlands, Bedugul offers a different side of Bali, cool, fresh and misty. Nature in Bedugul unfolds with rolling forests, crystal-clear lakes, and lush valleys. In the morning, fog blankets the mountains. The wind carries a cool dampness, while in the afternoon, soft sunlight casts golden tones over the hills, creating a poetic and serene scene. Bedugul is also Bali's agricultural heartland. Fields of vegetables, flower gardens, and vibrant local markets reflect a life deeply connected to fertile soil and the mild climate of the region. In Bedugul, visitors can easily feel a rustic and slower-paced Bali, walking along trails by the lakes, breathing the crisp, cool air, or listening to the forest whispering in the breeze. It is an experience that soothes the soul, as if returning to nature in its purest form. Seminyak is a vibrant beach resort area that still retains elegance and sophistication. Unlike the youthful buzz of Kuta or the wild charm of Canggu, Seminyak is known as a modern paradise, where visitors find a perfect blend of relaxation, shopping, and upscale entertainment. Seminyak Beach stretches wide with golden sands, where the waves roll endlessly under romantic sunsets. In the afternoon, the fiery sun sinks into the horizon, leaving streaks of orange and purple across the sky, turning the entire shore into a multicolored canvas. Beyond the beach, Seminyak is also famous for its stylish restaurants, cafes, and fashion boutiques. It is a hotspot for art and music events, creating a lively and trendy rhythm of life. Seminyak enchants visitors not only with its seaside beauty, but also with its free-spirited and modern vibe. Whether strolling along the sand at sunset or immersing in the vibrant nightlife, travelers will experience a different Bali, dynamic, refined, yet irresistibly charming.